Tech bros and tech baddies, welcome back. So, listen, I remember a long time ago when I started my first IT job, and there were actually five things that I wish I would have done when I started the IT job, and it would have made my IT transition so much easier. So we're going to give you the game today. I'm going to talk about five things that you should do when you first start your IT job, and I'm actually going to give you a bonus one at the end that a lot of people mess up on. But let's not even waste any time. Let's go ahead and get into it. Okay. So when you first start your IT job, okay, you don't want to act like you know everything, right? You want to go in there act like you don't know everything, because a lot of the times you really just don't know anything, right? And that's okay. You can't go into it thinking that you know everything, and you can't go into it thinking that you don't know enough, right? So you kind of want to find a medium, a nice medium when it comes to your first IT job, right? So what you just want to do is a couple of things. So let's just go ahead and get into it, guys. The first things first, when you first start your IT job, all right, is you want to ask questions, okay? Guys, talk to the leads, talk to the managers that are going to be on site. Like, guys, you don't know anything, okay? This is your first IT job. And let me just take it even a step further. Your first 6 months to a year is all learning, maybe even a year and a half. It's all learning. Even if you came from another IT organization, maybe this isn't your first IT job, but you're going into another place with another organization. Guys, they're doing things differently than that you've ever seen, okay? You've got to ask the right questions. You got to be able to ask so many questions that it drives them crazy, but it's not going to be in a bad way, because that's going to show that you want to figure out what's going on and you want to know how to do the job successfully, okay? So you want to go to someone to shadow with them, right? So if you're with a lead technician, you're probably going to be walking around with that technician like hand in hand, okay, with every single thing that they're doing, all right? So when you don't ask questions, here's a problem. When you don't ask questions, well, let me make sure I got this right. Let me get the words right. When you don't ask questions, it doesn't make you look smart. It just slows you down. And I'm going to tell you here a quick story that when I first started my IT job, I thought I knew things. I thought I could go through the guides and not raise my hand and ask for help. And the truth of the matter is, I spent a lot of time just sitting there thinking that I could figure these things out when I could ask a simple question to the lead technician or the manager that was on site to be able to get that answer quickly. So the first thing, guys, please make sure that you ask questions, all right? The second thing you want to do when you get your first IT job is take notes. Guys, document everything, okay? Just a quick sentence about what it is you're learning, that you're walking around trying to see, or anything like that, that systems you log into. You want to take quick notes on that. And once you take the notes, you come back to it later just to kind of refresh your memory so that it can start to stick in your mind, okay? You definitely want to do that when you get your first IT job, guys, because there's going to be so much information that you're going to be expected to learn. You're not going to be able to memorize all that. I don't care how big of a sponge you think you are. You could think that you're SpongeBob, all right? You're not going to consume all that information in the very beginning, especially in the very beginning, right? So guys, please take notes, okay? Because this is typically what happens. When you keep your own notes, it actually becomes your own personal playbook, right? So it's your playbook for when you actually need things. And here's another fun fact. You want to take your own notes, because there's going to come a day and time where everybody's going to be gone. And you're not going to be able to call your manager. You're not going to be able to call the lead to get you some help. And you're going to have to try to fight your way out of it. And if you've taken great notes and you've gone back and refreshed your memory on the things that you took notes on earlier that day or from a few weeks ago, guys, you'll put yourself in a better position to be successful, okay? So second thing is, like I said, guys, take great notes, all right? Number 3, okay? Ask for help. Guys, it is never a bad thing to ask for help. You need to ask for help as often as possible. And you're not necessarily asking for tech help all the time. Sometimes you could just really need one-on-one coaching, whether it be with the lead technician that you have to shadow, or it could be the manager that you actually work for, okay? It's not always about getting tech answers and tech help. Sometimes you just need to know policy. You need to know procedure. You need to know what the naming conventions are. You need to know what the server informations are. You need to know what IP addresses the printers that they have in the office, guys. Sometimes you're not going to be able to get into the printer if you don't know the admin password to get in, right? So guys, asking for help is not a bad thing. When you struggle in silence, guys, it does not make you better. It truly just wastes time. I cannot tell you so many times where especially in my first IT job, where I have sat and I didn't ask for help and I didn't consult anyone because I believed that I could figure it out, that I could do this on my own, because I believed in my mind that this is why they hired me, to figure stuff like this out. And I didn't even have to do that. There were so many people at the organization that knew the answer, that was going to be able to help me out. And I should have just asked for help an hour ago. And I sat with the ticket, I sat with the user, and I had no idea what I was doing, guys. So please ask for help, okay? The fourth thing that you want to do is you want to participate in projects. Guys, this one right here, this one could have been number one. This could have been the top choice. And I'm going to tell you for multiple reasons. Number one, participating in project, especially early in your IT career at your first IT job, guys, it gives you the ability to do several things. Number one, it gives you the ability to find out what your IT interests are. Typically, when a project is started within an organization, there's multiple different layers of IT that are going to be involved in that project. You're going to have systems administration. You're going to have network administration. You're going to have customer service. You're going to have possibly some coding. You're going to have so many different things within a project. Projects are typically never one-sided. And the best thing about that is you get to listen in on the meetings and you get to be a part of those projects to find out what each individual silo does, right? So because the projects are so important, and most of the time the projects that you join in are typically high visibility projects that are going to be displayed in front of a large group, or it's going to be going up to the director level to where they can approve it, or they're going to want to see the progress. Projects are where you stand out the most, especially on your resume. Guys, when you submit your resumes and stuff like that, most hiring managers like myself, we want to see the projects that you've done. We understand the day-to-day. We know you're going to switch out some computers, you're going to fix people's printers and configure their mobile devices and stuff like that. The projects is what get you paid, okay? So having projects on your resume is very, very critical. But in order to have a project on your resume, you got to participate in the project. And I'm not even saying that you have to have some big super role on the project, but it gives you the ability to learn. It gives you the experience. And because you're going to be in so many different silos of IT within that organization, you're going to learn so much more about what it is that they have going on within the scope. Okay. So please, early in your IT career, your first IT job, participate in projects. All right. Now, the fifth reason that what you should do when you get your first IT job, guys, and this one is simple, but we tend to forget this. Guys, enjoy the journey. Guys, learn to love what you do, right? This is a new possibility for you. For most of you who are joining IT, this is your first time getting into the game. Learn to love the job. Learn to love what it is that you do. Guys, you guys are building a career. You're not chasing wins at this point. This is the career now. You're not working a fast food job anymore. You're not doing the little side jobs and stuff that you used to do. This is the life now. Learn to enjoy it. Learn to feel good about what it is that you're doing within that organization and the role that you're going to play. Guys, please start to feel good about it, because a lot of people get into their first IT job and the first thing that they do is that they get so worried, they get so frantic because they think they don't know this, or they don't know enough of that, or they didn't get this cert, or they didn't talk to this person, and they completely forget to think where they came from and enjoy what's going on right now, guys. So please, again, for the fifth reason, enjoy the journey of your new IT career, okay? Now, here's the sixth and final bonus, and I appreciate all of you guys continuing to tune in to watch this video. So here's the deal, a bonus one. This is the number 6 one. This is a bonus one. Guys, when you get your first IT job, any IT job or any job in general, but mainly IT because my channel is mainly about IT, guys, update your resume in real time, okay? As soon as you do that project that I just told you to hop on, as soon as you do that new assignment where it had you get in front of the director and you were able to fix something and did something like that, Guys, you need to put it on your resume the same day. And I know that sounds crazy. Most people would not agree with me to do it the same day. But you, if anything, you at least need to take a note of what it is that you did within that organization, within that project, so that you can put it on your resume. Guys, as always, I ask people for their resumes all the time, especially when they tell me they want to get in tech. I tell them on the spot, hey, send me your resume. Send it to me right now. And 99.9% of the time, most people's resumes are not ready. They tell me they have to get it ready. They don't have enough stuff. They're missing this. They're missing that. They tell me these things all the time. And that lets me know you got to stay ready, guys. You got to stay ready so you don't have to get ready, okay? If you don't track your progress, you'll truly forget how much it is that you've actually done. Guys, I am telling you that I did this in my first IT job. There are so many things I did in my first IT job that I forget to put it on my resume. And another thing too about putting these things on your resume, it makes getting you promoted or going to a job interview a lot easier, because now when you get promoted, you at least have the documentation to say, well, look, I participated in this project, I did this, I did that. Or when you walk into an interview, you can tell a hiring manager, because it's on the resume, you can explain it because you remember putting it on there, and you can talk about the project that had great success. So if you don't do this, you'll scramble during interviews, and you don't want to do that, okay, guys? So that's the bonus tip right there for you guys. Make sure that whatever it is that you do in any career, for anybody who's not in IT watching this, if you do something, you need to put it on your resume, or at least find somewhere to write it down for the moment, and then later on within the week or something like that, add it to your resume so that you're always ready in the event that you need to get a new job, or someone tries to offer you a job on the spot, or they have something for you and they'll be able to help you out and get you into your next role, okay? So guys, listen, that's going to conclude the video. I just want to say thank you again for everybody tuning into this one. Guys, again, when you get your first IT job, it's not going to be the hardest thing in the world, guys. It is going to be a little bit of a change in the culture shock, but you guys got this, man. And like I told you guys, as always, if any content that you consume, if it, you eat the meat, you spit out the bones. If it applies to you, then you use it. If you don't, then let it fly, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.